Hello and welcome to the Film Pulse podcast. This is episode number 189. My name's Adam Patterson. Joining me today, Kevin Rakestraw. How the hell are you, Kevin?
I'm doing pretty good.
How was your Halloween? Did you do anything fun?
I drank and handed out candy.
Oh, nice. So you had trick-or-treaters this year. First year?
Yeah, first year, trick-or-treaters.
First year doing the trick-or-treat thing, huh?
Yeah, there's some good costumes.
That's cool. I had some family in town, and we attempted to go to the Halloween parade, but there were so many people that basically every street was blocked off by the police, so we could not get to where the parade was.
Ooh.
And we tried for probably at least half an hour to get through, and we'd go down one street because it was going up 6th Ave. So we'd go down one street, and there'd be barricades, and the cops would be like, "Nope. Can't go up here. Full. Completely full." So we'd go up another street and then try to get over and be like, "Nope, completely full. Can't do it. Can't get through." So we basically said screw it and just went to a bar.
There you go. That's the best way to end any extended sequence of rejection.
Well, the problem with that was that all the bars we went to were so packed that you could barely move. So,
nice.
We first tried Otto's Shrunken Head, which is one of my favorite bars that's relatively close to where I live. And I figured that would be kind of a really cool bar to go to on Halloween because it's kind of themed around that to begin with. But yeah, it was really packed. And then we ended up finding this pretty cool place that's kind of close to my apartment that had flamenco dancing.
All right.
So yeah, it was a good time. Had a pretty good time. This week on the show, we'll be talking about two indies. First, we'll be taking a look at the Italian coming-of-age story, The Wonders, and we'll be following that up with Sebastian Silva's Nasty Baby. Of course, we'll also be going over someone we've been watching on the watch list. We'll be doing some movie predictions, new on video on demand, and DVD and Blu-ray releases, or just rather Blu-ray releases. That's what we're doing these days. First up, we're gonna go over some movie news. There wasn't a whole lot of news stories to come out this week, but I think probably the biggest one was that the NYPD called to boycott the Hateful Eight after Quentin Tarantino went to a rally and spoke at a protest.
Oh, no.
So over the weekend, last weekend, Quentin Tarantino attended a rally protesting cases of police brutality in New York City, and unfortunately, this happened right after a police officer here in the city was shot and killed. So the timing was not great on that, but you know, when is a good time to do that? There's always something happening. After that happened, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Houston, New Jersey, Chicago, they all joined in the boycott, and then the National Police Union joined in on the boycott.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a quote here from the National Police Union. This is from their website, I believe. They said, quote, "We ask officers to stop working special assignments or off-duty jobs such as providing security, traffic control, or technical advice for any of Tarantino's projects." So,
yeah.
What's your take on this? What do you think?
Seems a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, it seems a bit ridiculous. I think anybody has the right to protest if they want, regardless of whether or not they're a filmmaker. And the whole police union asking for officers to stop doing off-duty security and stuff, that just hurts the public. How does that
again, it just makes them look even worse.
Yeah, how does that stick it to Tarantino? Like, oh, well, we're not going to protect people at your movies.
Yeah, it's just, again, the thing that irritates me the most about police is they don't understand their fucking job, which is you work for us.
Yeah.
You protect and serve us. You go by the law. You don't get to just make up your own shit and do whatever you want.
Yeah,
that's why people are upset with you.
Yeah, they're giving themselves the bad PR.
Oh, they do it all the time. They're out of control. Police are out of control.
I agree. I completely agree. I think that there are a lot of cases where, you know, things should be looked at. You know, like the whole thing where the video that surfaced this past week of the officer that tackled that girl.
Oh yeah,
Did you
like
see that video?
ripped her out of the chair and everything.
Yeah.
Like what the yeah, what the fuck?
I think that
Jesus.
everything should be looked at it on a case by case basis, and with that one in particular, that kind of has me torn. Apparently, the girl was being really disruptive, and they asked her 12 times to get up, and it could look, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, but it could look worse than it really was. Like, because those are the way that those.
But even then, like you don't. That guy in that situation doesn't have to flex that much.
Right.
Like you just pick her up and move her. All right. You don't have to fucking tackle her onto the ground and then drag her around and shit.
Yeah.
Just pull her out of the chair and take her out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous that you get that worked up from a teenage girl.
Yeah.
It shows me that you shouldn't be in the position that you're in if you get that worked up from a teenage girl.
Now, a lot of people are saying, could this impact the money brought in the box office earnings for the Hateful Eight? And my answer to that is no. There is no way that this will have no impact on the Hateful Eight whatsoever. No. Because Tarantino fans will see it regardless. This means nothing to them. And I think that when stories like this come out, 90% of the people will side with Tarantino in this because he did nothing wrong. If he wants to attend a protest or speak at a protest for an issue that he feels passionately about, then he has the right to do that without, feeling some kind of being worried about some kind of boycott of his movies. This is, it's separating the person from the art that they make. It's kind of ridiculous. A
little bit, yeah.
And also the fact that this comes out, this all happens, if the Hateful Eight was coming out this week, I think maybe it would have more of an impact. But the fact that it's not coming out to the end of the year, this will probably blow over by then. There will be something else going on by then. And this gives the cops plenty more opportunities to, shoot an unarmed person or whatever, and that'll completely negate anything that they're doing here.
Oh, I'm sure.
And also, just recently, I think it was yesterday, the Weinstein Company, I think specifically Harvey Weinstein, came out and asked Tarantino to apologize.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, man. It's ridiculous. I think that Weinstein's looking at this and he's like, oh God, we got to do something about this.
Or he's trying to keep it going.
Oh, that could be too.
Get that publicity.
Yeah, he's a trickster, that one. So
he's a trickster.
That could be.
Oh, he's such a trickster.
That Harvey. So yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Unfortunately, that was pretty much the biggest news this week. That a lot of people were talking about that. Wes Anderson might make a horror movie. This one's kind of interesting. So, in a conversation with novelist Donna Tartt at the Rome Film Festival, they did this segment where it was like 10 filmmaking questions. Yeah. And Anderson said during one of the questions, quote, I have thought of doing a horror movie, and I have thought about doing a Christmas movie. Horror is an area where if a filmmaker really wants to use all the tricks, the techniques to affect your emotions, with the kind of movies I do, you're supposed to say, is this part supposed to be funny or is this part supposed to be sad? Well, you say, I don't know, I'm not sure. This is the way we wanted it. When you make a horror or thriller, you say you're supposed to be scared here, you're supposed to be relieved here. Here we're explaining something so you know the next part. So you know the next part, so you'll be more scared then. This doesn't make him sound like a very articulate. I know he is, but the quote does not make him sound very articulate.
Yeah.
I like the idea of requirements and obligations of working in a genre like that. I've done some scenes like that, but I'd like to do a scary movie. Wes Anderson doing a horror movie is infinitely intriguing to me. I would love to see him do a horror movie.
Yeah. I want to see him do any movie. I don't really care what it is.
The Christmas movie would be cool too, but I would really like to see him do a horror movie. I want to see him do a horror movie, and I want to see Tarantino do a horror movie. Come on.
What about a Christmas horror movie?
Oh, no, not really.
You get to do both, Wes. Just do.
I'm not super into Christmas horror movies. Maybe Black Christmas, probably the only one that I really like. Or if you want to count Rare Exports. But I don't typically like Christmas horror movies. I would love to see his take on a horror movie. I think it'd be great, considering the fact that really all he's done is comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely straddles the line between drama and comedy, but I would say by and large, all of his movies have been comedy, and hey, that works. That it's good, but I would like to see him kind of branch off and do a different genre. I think that'd be pretty cool. John Wick 2 casts Common as villain and confirms that Ian McShane is also returning. So Common is going to be one of the bad guys in John Wick 2.
Okay.
Things are moving forward nicely with that one. What do you think about Common being a bad guy in John Wick 2?
Sure. Why not?
It's just going to be another... I kind of like the idea of seeing Common get his ass kicked by John Wick.
Yeah, because the first thing that you think is that John Wick is going to kill Common.
Exactly.
Or at the very least, rough him up a good bit.
Yeah.
So I like that idea.
Yeah, I think it could be pretty fun. I mean, I want John Wick 2 right now. That's all I want.
I want that as well.
I just want more.
I don't care who's in it. I just want it.
Yeah. I like that Ian McShane is returning because I liked his character and I wanted more of his character in that movie. Then again, I like Ian McShane and want more of Ian McShane in anything and everything.
There you go.
Trailers this week. Got a bunch of trailers. There's a few that I'm going to mention here. I'm not going to mention all the trailers that came out this week, but these are just some highlights. The Ridiculous Six. This is the Adam Sandler one. You know, he cut that deal with Netflix a while back to do, I don't know how many movies, like 4 or 5 movies or whatever with Netflix. And this is going to be the first one. It's a Western comedy.
Oh, this is the one with the racism?
Oh, yeah. There's plenty of course, there's going to be plenty of racism. This looks unbelievably horrible. There's so many people in this, too, and I just don't understand how there can be...
That's his way of trying to cloud the fact that it's so terrible.
It's a Western about 6 brothers who go on a mission to find their father, and the brothers are played by Adam Sandler, Terry Crews, Jorge Garcia, Taylor Lautner, Rob Schneider, and Luke Wilson.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Steve Buscemi's also in it. Norm Macdonald, Danny Trejo, Will Forte, Nick Nolte, Steve Zahn, David Spade, Chris Parnell, Whitney Cummings, John Turturro.
That's just too many people.
There's a lot of people in this, but man, I kind of don't want to see it just for Taylor Lautner alone, because his character looks horrible. It looks like they're making fun of mentally disabled people.
Oh, no.
Yeah. What? Looks like they're going there with that.
Does it sound like something Adam Sandler would do?
So I believe that's going to be on Netflix starting December 11th. We also have Bad Grandpa, Dirty Grandpa. Dirty Grandpa, starring Zac Efron and Robert De Niro. This looks absolutely terrible. It's about Zac Efron taking his grandpa on a road trip to Tampa for spring break.
No.
After his wife dies and he goes wild.
No.
Aubrey Plaza's also in it. Looks terrible. Looks absolutely terrible.
All right.
One that I'm actually really excited for is Don Verdeen. This is the new one from Jared Hess. And have you seen... No, you haven't seen this trailer.
I know enough. It's got Sam Rockwell and Jermaine. That's all.
Yes.
I don't care about anything else.
But it's got this kind of VHS look to it. It looks like it was all kind of shot on VHS. And it's about, I think Sam Rockwell plays some sort of archaeologist. He's a biblical archaeologist. He gets sent to the Holy Land to uncover these ancient relics, but he can't find any. he just fails.
Uh,
Very excited for this one. This one also stars Amy Ryan, Danny McBride, Will Forte, Leslie Bibb.
yep.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Sign me up for this one, please. This also opens in theaters December 11th. Next up, there is Hello, My Name is Doris. Now, this one definitely does not appeal to me. I don't think that this is a film that is marketed for me, but it's directed by Michael Showalter.
Okay.
So it's with Sissy Spacek, or no, sorry, Sally Field, and I get them mixed up for some reason. Sally Field and Max Greenfield, and from the trailer, it seems like Sally Field kind of is in maybe the middle of a midlife crisis or something, and she ends up falling for this new coworker that comes into her firm, and he's played by Max Greenfield, and she kind of lets loose. Even though she's older, she kind of lets loose and gets a little wild.
Oh man, everybody letting loose.
Yeah, this one, nah, not feeling it. I'm not feeling it from the trailer at least. But I like most of the people in this one. I like Michael Showalter. So who knows? That comes out March 11th, 2016. So that one's a little ways off. And that's pretty much it. Those were the big trailers. There were a couple that came out at the end of the week, but nothing major from the looks of it. Finally, this week, Bad Santa 2 has been confirmed, and Billy Bob Thornton will be coming back to star. Now, Kevin, were you a fan of the first Bad Santa?
I thought it was all right.
Yeah, this was an interesting one because it did very well at the box office. The critics liked it a lot. But I don't know, for some reason, I did not get into this one.
I thought it was all right. I don't need another one. I thought one was fine.
Yeah, especially 13 years after the first one.
Why do they make these decisions? Who makes these decisions?
I don't know.
Why do they keep making terrible ones?
I don't know. Not sure about that one.
Well,
we also don't know is if Terry Zwigoff is coming back to direct. They didn't announce that. Basically, all they said was it's happening and Billy Bob Thornton's coming back. That's it. So there's no plot details, no other cast details, nothing other than we're doing it. I think that they begin shooting in January too. That was the other little tidbit that was announced.
Well, no offense, but I hope it fails. I don't know why. I just want it to fail.
I don't necessarily hope it fails, but my guess is that this one will be coming out next Christmas. Not this one, but next Christmas.
Ooh.
So that's it for news.